A couple of people has expressed interest in how I built this new mixing station, and just want to go over a couple of details on how it kind of works. So the first tank is system water, which is part of the 400-gallon fish tank and sump that is all back in there. You may be seeing these videos before of my sump room, but system water, and then we've got salt water tank, and then RODI water tank, which has a ATK in it and is auto topped off with my RODI filter. And so basically how it works is you got this line right here is feeding the system water. It comes in off of the UV, which is also plumbed through my return pump, my Abiz A400. And then if you look in here, this is how I keep the top off of the tank. Where I want it is that elbow that comes up, and I have it mostly full, and then it drains through that drain down here and around back into the sump area. And so that's how that works. Of course, the RODI, and all of these I've cut holes and lids for all this so you can get in there and you can put salt in or reach in there and do anything. There's the pump for the auto top off. And so what I've done is this line piping right here, that is emergency overflow. Right here you can kind of see a little area right there where I have two 90s in there that bring it up so it's above that level. It will emergency overflow all three tanks. And so what happens is the Core 20 runs it. You don't need a Core 20, it's just kind of overkill. That's what I had on the shelf. There's the Core 20. Here is the controller for the Core 20 over here. And so if I want to cycle my fresh water, I can, would depend on the programming. So whenever I want to take any water out of any tank and put in the other tank, is all I got to do is pull these valves. And so if I want to fill up the salt water once this is empty, because I have an automatic water changer right here with the dose, and how that works is the one line goes into the salt water, the other line goes into this system water, which the one line goes right into that 90, which goes right into the sump. And then of course I pull water out of this tank in the very bottom with the line going all the way to the bottom, and goes right down to drain, to this drain line, or this drain line around the corner there. And so if you want to pull water out of here, out of the fresh water, you open that valve, you open this valve, turn the core on, and it pumps all the water out of RODI to salt water. Or if you wanted to go into that one, you could pump it into there. If you want to just put fresh salt water in your tank for whatever reason, you open that valve, open that, close that valve. Anyway, so you can pump water into any tank, any system, and they're all basically separate, but you can put them all together. This right here is the main line, but also that valve goes to drain. So you can drain any tank if you would like. And then also a unique thing that I created was this valve right here goes into a 10-foot hose that comes up and around and back down. So if you ever want to fill up the quarantine tank, or just pump water into any tank, if you don't want to use these dedicated lines for fresh salt water or fresh RODI water for somewhere else in the other tanks that I have, you can use the hose. The problem I had with the last hose is I had it coiled up, and it would, if you pump salt water through it or system water through it, then the water sit there and ferments because it doesn't evacuate the hose. Well, this system here is I can open this line, open that line, and open the drain, and all the water evacuates. All of the lines all evacuate the water so they don't ferment and get stinky, nasty water in there. This right here is a check valve. The check valve is so if you open this valve to empty water, open that valve, water doesn't come shooting out. and so there's a check valve there. So this line will empty into drain, but the water won't come back out, and it works perfect. And so that is the system there. Also, one thing I've done is I got rid of the cinder blocks, and now I have storage. I created or built a stand for it out of 4x4 quarters tubing, and the tubing going across is 2x2x1/4 with, I did some wood planks in there to get it to the right height that I wanted, and created storage underneath and storage above that I can have. Normally these bins right here, I have a bin that fits underneath there and then 2 bins that fit over here because I like storage. This is my storage room also, not just my sump room, and so I like a lot of storage. That concludes the mix tank build that I did, and any questions, just let me know. Thank you.